Throughout history, there were creatures so big, scary, and powerful that we're relieved they don't live with us anymore. People who love the ocean are happy the Megalodon, a huge shark from dinosaur times, isn't around anymore. It could have been 20 meters long and ate a ton. It was the top predator back then. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about it now. However, that doesn't mean our world is free of scary creatures. Let's talk about 20 creatures from the Mariana Trench that are scarier than the Megalodon. Number 20. Bloop Sea Monster. Imagine being in the ocean and hearing a mysterious sound that sends shivers down your spine. That's what happened in 1997 when scientists picked up a strange noise in the Pacific Ocean. They called it the bloop, and it had a super low frequency. Some think this bloop could be from a creature we've never seen before. Others believe it might be the sound of an iceberg breaking apart. What's intriguing is that the sound was heard both above and below the water's surface. This means it wasn't just a typical ocean sound like whales chatting. The bloop made its debut in 1997 and was heard again in 2012, showing it wasn't a one-time thing. So, is there a mysterious sea creature behind this sound? It's a puzzle many want to solve. Some think it could be something huge, like the legendary Megalodon, or even something scarier. But figuring it out isn't easy. Some say it's just natural, like ice breaking, but others aren't convinced. If this mystery sound is indeed from a creature and it can be heard over 5,000 kilometers away, then it could be a big deal. It could make even the mighty Megalodon seem tame. Or worse, it could be something we've never imagined, like Cthulhu from myth and legend. Number 19. Frilled Sharks. You'll find a couple of sharks on this list because even though the Megalodon was the terror of the ancient depths, today's sharks aren't any less scary. The frilled shark stands out because it doesn't look like your typical shark. It's what scientists call a living fossil because its species has been around for millions of years without much change. Unlike most sharks you're familiar with, frilled sharks have a more eel-like appearance with their leathery bodies and the absence of a top fin. They swim in a way that's more like an eel than a shark. But don't let their looks fool you. They're still formidable predators. They hunt actively, lunging at prey and swallowing it whole, even if it's quite large. These creatures live in such deep waters that they're rarely filmed or studied. This mystery adds to the fear surrounding them. Since we don't know much about their ecology or population numbers, it's a bit unsettling. But maybe it's for the best that they remain mysterious, keeping their secrets hidden in the depths. Number 18. Deep-sea dragonfish. Despite their small size, these creatures are incredibly deadly. They can grow to about 26 centimeters at times, but usually measure around 15 centimeters. Up close, their appearance is undeniably freaky, and you definitely wouldn't want them nibbling on you. What makes them especially scary is the barrel-like structure near their mouth. The tip of this barrel can illuminate through a process called bioluminescence. When an unsuspecting prey gets too close, the dragonfish launches its attack, swiftly devouring its victim. Similar to the anglerfish, they use light and darkness to their advantage in hunting, making it a vicious and terrifying process. Number 17. Deep-sea hatchetfish. Despite its name, this fish might not always be found in the deepest waters, but it's still quite a sight to behold. What's fascinating, and a bit eerie, about these fish is how they use light. They don't use it to attract prey. Instead, they employ a technique called counter-illumination. Essentially, their organs emit light to camouflage them from predators below. It's like shining a light from above to make it seem like you're looking at the sky from below, rendering them invisible to those below. How they developed this skill remains a mystery, but it's certainly an impressive adaptation. Number 16. Barrel-eye fish. When it comes to defining scary, the barrel-eye fish stands out with its evolutionary adaptation that makes it one of the weirdest fish out there. The most striking feature is their transparent head, allowing their eyes to always face upward. This enables them to see the shadows of prey or predators and react accordingly. Additionally, they can move their eyes forward, adding to their eerie appearance. It's a bizarre evolutionary trait that raises questions about how it developed, but clearly it works for them throughout their lives. Number 15. Gulper eel. At first glance, a gulper eel may not seem all that remarkable. It looks like any other eel, typically measuring around a meter in length. However, it's when you see its mouth that you realize why it's called a gulper. When it's time to eat, these eels aren't shy about expanding their mouths to an enormous size, almost like a balloon. Watching a gulper eel in action, you'd be amazed at how it fills its mouth with water to increase its size, allowing it to swallow prey whole. They're like deep-sea pelicans in a way, strange, elongated, and with a knack for swallowing things whole. Number 14. Sarcastic fringehead. When you're in the depths and facing a predator, you've got limited options to survive. You can fight, flee, or intimidate. The sarcastic fringehead is a master of the intimidation game. Picture a tiny lizard that puffs itself up to appear bigger when threatened. The sarcastic fringehead does something similar. These fish seem small at first glance, but when agitated, they open their mouths wide and extend their necks, giving the impression of a much larger creature. When two fringeheads have a territorial dispute, they engage in a bizarre ritual. They press their distended mouths together until one of them manages to bite the other's head. Quite the showdown, huh? Number 13. Headless chicken monster. Despite its humorous name, this creature is no joke. It's actually a deep-sea swimming cucumber that resembles a decapitated chicken, hence its moniker. Looking at it, you might mistake it for a random piece of meat, but it's very much alive, albeit in a rather bizarre form. The headless chicken monster lacks bones, but possesses muscles, which it uses to barely sustain its functions and keep itself alive. It's one of those creatures that make you wonder about the mysteries of existence. Number 12. Ocean sunfish. Have you ever seen a creature and wondered if it came straight out of a movie, only to realize it's actually real? That's the case with the ocean sunfish, a fascinating creature that divers often encounter up close. Despite its enormous size, it can reach up to 3 meters in length and weigh over 2,000 kilograms. It's surprisingly thin. With its tiny set of eyeballs and mouth, it almost resembles a creation from a children's story rather than a natural inhabitant of the ocean. Known for its speedy movements, the ocean sunfish isn't shy about hosting passengers. Parasites, that is. It's just one of the many wonders of the deep sea that continues to captivate and intrigue those who encounter it. Number 11. Deep sea anglerfish. When it comes to being scary, size isn't always the main factor. Sure, big creatures can be frightening, but sometimes it's the small ones that send chills down your spine. Just like how you might fear a shark in the water, but you're also wary of bees and hornets because of their sting. In the dark depths of the Mariana Trench lives a creature called the deep sea anglerfish, and it's the stuff of nightmares. This little terror is only about 18 centimeters long at most, and you won't find it near the surface. It prefers to lurk over 2,000 meters below sea level. Living in such darkness has its advantages, especially for hunting. The anglerfish has a protrusion on its head that emits a glowing bulb of light. This light attracts unsuspecting prey in the dark depths, and once they're close enough, the anglerfish snatches them with its long teeth. But here's the really scary part. Most of the anglerfish you'll see are females. They're the larger gender, while the males are tiny in comparison. When a male wants to mate with a female, they basically fuse together. Now that's even more terrifying than any shark in the ocean. Number 10. Fangtooth fish. Sometimes it's not about the size of the creature, but the size of its terrifying teeth that really grab your attention. The fangtooth fish lives up to its name with its impressive teeth, which are actually the largest of any fish in proportion to their body size. Despite being only around 16 centimeters long, these fish have teeth ready to tear through prey. While they're not a big threat to humans due to their size, you definitely wouldn't want to get bitten by one. Adding to the fear factor, they can be found in both shallow and deep waters, ranging from about 200 meters below the surface to over 5,000 meters deep. Number 9. Giant squid. There's a lot of mystery and spookiness surrounding these creatures. One of the scariest things about them is their size. They can grow to at least 13 meters long, although some believe they could be even larger. Because they live in the depths, it's hard to study them up close. Most sightings of giant squids occur when they wash up on beaches, which can be quite terrifying. Their hunting abilities are also chilling. Giant squids can snatch prey from up to 10 meters away using their 2 feeding tentacles, which are lined with hundreds of sharp tooth suckers. Once ensnared, Prey is slowly drawn toward the squid's beak for its final fate. Encountering a giant squid up close would likely spell trouble, which is why legends about them, like the kraken, have persisted over time. Sailors feared these tentacled beasts would rise from the depths and sink their ships. While they may not be able to sink a modern metal boat, the fear of encountering such a creature still lingers. And who's to say for sure that the kraken doesn't exist? Number 8. Stonefish. What makes them scary isn't just their intimidating appearance, but also the fact that touching them can be deadly. Among the many venomous creatures in the ocean, the stonefish stands out as the most venomous. In places like Australia, nearly 1,000 stings by stonefish are reported every year, leading to potential victims. Though there is an antivenom available, it doesn't diminish the terror these creatures evoke. Stonefish are ambush predators, blending seamlessly into their surroundings. This means they could be lurking nearby without you even knowing until it's possibly too late. If stung, the venom can cause excruciating pain and even stop your heart. Despite their danger, some cultures still eat stonefish after cooking out the venom, highlighting the complexities of human interaction with such deadly creatures. It's a reminder of the precarious balance between fascination and fear in the natural world. Number 7. Atlantic wolffish. Despite its slightly ferocious appearance and formidable teeth, this fish isn't aggressive towards humans. It feeds on slower-moving prey like sea urchins, crabs, mollusks, and large snails. What makes them remarkable, and a bit intimidating, is their adaptability to extreme cold. They can survive in temperatures as low as 0 degrees Celsius, thanks to antifreeze in their blood. This ability to thrive in such harsh conditions is a testament to the wonders of evolution and how it enables creatures to survive in environments where you'd think they'd perish instantly. Number 6. Goblin shark. Prepare yourself for one of the most horrifying creatures in the ocean. Just look at it. Does it seem like something you'd want to encounter? This shark is typically 3 to 4 meters long, making it quite sizable. While it's known to inhabit the Mariana Trench, it can also be found in shallower waters, so caution is advised. But what makes the goblin shark truly terrifying is its feeding behavior. Instead of simply biting its prey like most sharks, it extends its mouth outside of its body to grab its food. Yes, just like a xenomorph from sci-fi horror. This tactic raises unsettling questions about what other monstrous abilities creatures in the ocean might possess. Even the mighty Megalodon didn't need such a bizarre feature. It simply devoured everything in sight. When a creature has to resort to alien-like tactics just to eat, you know it's something you don't want to encounter. Number 5. Vampire squid. Don't be fooled by its name. It doesn't actually suck blood like a vampire. However, this squid earned its spooky moniker for a reason. While it may look like a typical squid with unique skin around its tentacles, it's what's inside that's truly chilling. The underside of its tentacles is armed with spines, which it uses to grasp its prey. It's a clever disguise, cute on the outside, but deadly on the inside. This makes the vampire squid an ultimate predator in the depths of the ocean, demonstrating the wonders and dangers of marine life. Number 4. Lion's mane jellyfish. While it's surprising we haven't discussed jellyfish earlier, they certainly deserve mention for their menacing stings. The lion's mane jellyfish, however, is more than just its sting. With tentacles stretching over 40 meters in length, encountering one can be quite a surprise. Even if you accidentally swim into its tentacles, the body of the jellyfish may be far away, making it hard to realize you're in its realm. While its sting isn't typically deadly, it packs a painful punch, capturing small fish, crustaceans, and even other jellyfish. Here's another unnerving fact. Even detached tentacles can sting, and a single lion's mane jellyfish can sting up to 50 people in a day, even after it's dead. It's a reminder of the ocean's hidden dangers, even in seemingly harmless creatures. Number 3. Giant oarfish. Throughout history, tales of mythical sea creatures have instilled fear in people's minds. The giant oarfish is one such creature. When first brought to shore and shown to scientists, it was so monstrous in appearance that they thought it was a hoax. While on average, these fish measure about 3 meters in length, the largest one ever caught and measured was over 12 meters long. A significant difference. Living over 1,000 meters below sea level, they're rarely seen, making them elusive and mysterious. Scientists have limited knowledge about their life cycle and behaviour, often learning more when specimens wash up on beaches. Despite their rarity, scientists are eager to study them as they represent yet another fascinating aspect of the ocean's depths, reminding us of the vast mysteries that lie beneath the waves. Number 2. Japanese spider crabs aren't usually creatures you'd consider scary in the traditional sense. Sure, they can be intimidating when they grab onto you with their pincers, but for many, they're just tasty seafood. However, if you're looking for a crab that truly stands out, you need to see the Japanese spider crab. These crabs are enormous, much larger than your average crab. In fact, they can measure up to 4 meters from the tip of one front claw to the other. That's colossal compared to other crabs. The first person to catch one off the coast of Japan was so astonished by its size that they dubbed it Crabzilla. While these creatures aren't found in the Mariana Trench, as they typically stay above 550 meters, they can be spotted near the water's surface in Japan quite frequently. It's incredible to think about how a creature like this can transform from the compact, sturdy crabs we often see on beaches into these colossal behemoths in the waters around Japan. Number 1. Moray eels. When people think of eels, they often think of the electric variety found in the Amazon. But those familiar with the moray eel know it can be just as frightening and deadly without needing any superpowers. These eels come in various colours, often mistaken for sea snakes. Despite their poor eyesight, they compensate with a keen sense of smell, capable of tracking prey by scent alone. Once they catch a scent, escape becomes unlikely. Moray eels have unique hunting methods, sometimes teaming up with grouper fish. While researchers are unsure of their communication, they seem to coordinate with a nod before corralling prey. Such teamwork is rare in the animal kingdom. Imagine if megalodons hunted in groups with giant squids. Unstoppable. Fortunately, this evolutionary trait never emerged. That concludes our journey into the depths of the Mariana Trench and its creatures, potentially scarier than the Megalodon. Do you agree some are as terrifying? Which ones? Know of other aquatic creatures that rival them? Let me know in the comments below. Check out other fascinating content on the screen, and until next time, take care.